Hi there. This is Mark Shelton with Sandy Flat Music, and you're listening to the Irish and Celtic Music Podcast.
Show number 676. Welcome to the Irish and Celtic Music Podcast, helping you celebrate Celtic culture through music. I am Mark Gunn, your podcast host, and this show is for fans of Celtic music. It is here to build a diverse Celtic community and help the incredible artists who so generously share their music with you. If you hear music you love, please email the artists, let them know you heard them on the Irish and Celtic Music Podcast, and find a way to support them because they rely on your generosity to keep making music, and it's a little bit more difficult than ever with streaming music readily available. So buy something of theirs. CDs, album pins, shirts, digital downloads. Join their communities on Patreons. Regular support of their music is another great way to do it. You can find a link to all the artists in the show notes, along with showtimes when you visit our website at CelticMusicPodcast.com. And if you're a Celtic musician or in a Celtic band, then please submit your band to be played on the podcast. You don't have to send in music or an EPK. You will get a free ebook called Celtic Musician's Guide to Digital Music and learn how to follow the podcast. It's 100% free. Just email follow@bestcelticmusic.net. And of course, listeners can learn how to subscribe to the podcast and get a free music-only episode in the process. We kicked off the show with Altan. That was the Letterkenny Blacksmith and John Doherty's favorite, Scread na Bealtaine from Donegal. Next up is the Irish Lassies with a single that's called Fish Are Biting on Canandaigua Lake.
That he came in to the wintry cold and the damp. A giant of a man in an oilskin coat and a bundle that told he was a tramp. He stood at the bar and he called a pint and turned and gazed at the fire. On a night like this, to be safe and dry is my one and only desire. Here's to those that are dead and gone, the friends that I love dear. And here's to you, and I'll wish you adieu. Say Donegal, Danny's been here, me boys. Donegal, Danny's been here. Then in a voice that was hushed and low, he said, listen, I'll tell you a tale. How a man of the sea became a man of the road, and never more will set sail. I fished out of Howth and Killybegs, Arglass and Baltimore. But the cruel sea has beaten me, and I'll end my days on the shore. Get him up now, devil, that's you. Here's to those that are dead and gone, the friends that I love dear. And here's to you, and I'll wish you a view. Say Donegal, don't have something to drink, you can put a picture on your phone. That works perfectly fine for us.
For you older folks, go ahead. Lift up that picture of Boost or Ensure. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
One fateful night, in the wind and the rain, we set sail from Killybegs town. There were 5 of us from sweet Donegal and 1 from County Down. We were fishermen who worked the sea and never counted the cost. But I never thought, ere that night was done, that my fine friends would all be lost. But the ship struck a rock and hauled the bow.
Not yet.
And all of us knew that she'd go down. So we jumped right into the icy sea and prayed to God we wouldn't drown. The raging sea was rising still as we struck out for the land. She fought with all her cruelty to claim that gallant band. By St. John's Point in the early dawn, I dragged myself on the shore. I cursed the sea for what she'd done, and I vowed to sail her nevermore. Here's to those that are dead and gone, the friends that I love dear. And here's to you, and I'll bid you adieu. St. Donegal, Danny's been here, me boys. Donegal, Danny's been here. For since that night, I've been on the road, traveling and trying to forget that awful night. I lost all my friends. I see their faces yet. And often at night, when the sea is high and the wind is tearing at my skin, I hear the cries of drowning men sailing over on the wind. Here's to those that are dead and gone, the friends that I love dear. And here's to you, and I'll bid you adieu. St. Donegal, Danny's been here, me boys. Donegal, Danny's been here. One more time now. Here's to those that are dead and gone, the friends that I love dear. And here's to you, and I'll bid you adieu. St. Donegal, Danny's been here, me boys. Donegal, Danny's been here.
the dear land of Crimond, I bid thee farewell. We're bound off for Greenland and ready to sail, in hopes to find riches in hunting the whale. Farewell to my comrades, for a while we must part, and likewise the dear lass who first won my heart. The cold coast of Greenland my love will not chill, and the longer my absence, more loving she'll feel. Our ship is oil rigged and we're ready to sail. The crew, they are anxious to follow the whale, where the icebergs do float and the stormy winds blow, where the land and the ocean is covered with snow. The cold coast of Greenland is barren and bare. No seed time nor harvest is ever known there, and the birds here sing sweetly on mountain and dale, but there's no bird in Greenland to sing to the whale. Farewell to Tarwathie, adieu Mormont Hill, and the dear land of Crimond, I bid thee farewell. We're bound off for Greenland and ready to sail, in hopes to find riches in hunting the whale.
After the Irish Lassies came the Drowsy Lads with Donegal Danny, the Drowsy Lads, and Time Flies from their CD, Time Flies. Then came Dan Possumato with Fly Fishing, Martin O'Connor's Flying Clog from his album Antiquin Gorm, and we finished up the set with Cleveland Celtic Ensemble with Farewell to Tarwathie from Cleveland Celtic Ensemble, their self-titled album. I want your feedback. What are you doing today while listening to the podcast? You can send a written comment along with a picture of what you're doing or of a band that you saw recently. Send it to follow@bestcelticmusic.net. Robin Morales Reyes sent St. Patrick's Day photos from Mexico. Slancha from Mexico, Mark. You can check out those pictures in the show notes for show number 676 of the podcast. Ken in Portland, Connecticut emailed a photo. Mark, my bagpipe band played several gigs, one of which was at the Portland, Connecticut Ale House, pictured here. I am next to bass drummer, second to the right, wearing the brown driving cap by the inflatable leprechaun. Mitchell Dobrenin family emailed a couple photos from Greenville, South Carolina about their cat. He prefers to lie down to listen, and it was recorded while listening to the show. And finally, Jose Texiera, I hope I got that right, Jose, emailed, Hi Mark, I have started listening to your podcast for some time now, a bit by accident when I was searching for music podcasts. For a long time, I was attracted by Celtic culture that has influenced by some way the culture of northern Portugal, where I was born. My wife, though she was born in the south of the country, it's a small country, also enjoys Celtic art, and suddenly our eldest son was playing Galician bagpipes. What came by a surprise because there's no tradition of instrument playing in our families. By the way, we now live in Sintra. Usually I listen to you and the good music that you share during the weekend while I take care of our garden or doing my chores. About the end of Google Podcasts, there's quite a good alternative that I have been using at least for a couple years. It's called AntennaPod, and I'm sure it can help some of your Android listeners. Obrigado pelo teu bom trabalho. Thank you for your good work, he writes. I'm sorry if I messed up the Spanish, but is that Portuguese? It struck me just now. In any case, thank you so much, Jose. I'm glad that you're enjoying the show and keep sharing your stories. This coming weekend is Middle Tennessee Highland Games and Celtic Festival, September 7th through 8th, 2024. It takes place at Sanders Ferry Park, Hendersonville, and there's a lot of great bands that are performing there. Tuatha, Kris, Colt, the Secret Commonwealth, the Devil's Brigade, Sternwheelers, Dune the Brave, Nosy Flynn, and Colin Grant Adams. Plus, there's bagpipe competitions, Irish step dancing, Highland dance competition, Ceilidh dancing, and so much more. You can join Richard and others at the Middle Tennessee Highland Games and Celtic Festival at midtenngames.com. And I thought I would play some of the music that from the bands that are playing there. I don't have permission from all of them, but I did have a whole bunch that I had gotten last year. So we're going to start it off with the Secret Commonwealth. This is the Bonnie Lass of 5e from their album Lager and Blood.
Lass, and the name that she had was Pretty Peggy.
by the lowlands of Fivey-O. Captain's name was Ned, and he died for a maid. Died for the soldier lass of Fivey. Well, there once was a troop of Irish dragoons come marching down through Fivey-O, and the captain's fall in love with another bonny lass, and the name that she had was pretty Peggy-O.
Between decks and the canard line, with a cardboard case, a rosary and faith, she'll make it to New York alive. Her belly will soon be betraying her, with a shame that will break a ma's heart. So she left with a note, a lump in her throat, and the money from the buttermilk jar. Before they miss her, she'll be over the angry wide ocean. She's a girl with red hair you might see anywhere, and a name never spoken. Through a rose nobody knows, nobody knows Vera Rose. Through a rose nobody knows, nobody knows Vera Rose. The baby came soon in a Queen's motel, with eyes as blue as the sea. She left him at dawn on the convent lawn for the Vestals of St. Augustine. He never knew her, but this life was not of their choosing. Gonna pence and tears, but it's best you're not here. A name never spoken. Through a rose nobody knows, nobody knows Vera Rose. Through a rose where nobody knows, nobody knows Vera Rose. 20 years on, down on Albany Road, new family and a new name. 3 blue-eyed boys should have cut off her nose. Wonders if he does the same. Your rose, nobody knows, nobody knows Vera Rose. Your rose, nobody knows, well nobody knows Vera Rose. Your rose, nobody knows, nobody knows Vera Rose. Your rose, nobody knows, nobody knows Vera Rose.
Never you mind if a fairy tale seems too sweet to be true. Happily it was created just to pleasure you. Don't forget you'll not know what next encounter you might see, standing just beside you there, close beneath that tree. See the charm enchanted ones as they dance before your very eyes, turning, spinning gracefully for a spell's make your spirits rise. The lovely breeze upon your cheek might be a brush of fairy wing, soft and gentle as the air, a pleasure thus to bring. So turn and give a happy smile
I hope you enjoyed that set from the Middle Tennessee Highland Games and Celtic Festival, and if you can, go check it out. And thank you, Richard, for supporting the podcast. After the Secret Commonwealth came Clare Cunningham with The Best You Can from her album On My Way. Then the Sternwheelers with Vera Rose, Nobody Knows from Shuttered EP. Charmed by Kris Colt was after that, and we finished up the set with The Black Douglas by Tuatha from their album Irish Eyes. Thank you so much, patrons of the podcast. It is your generosity that brings this show out each and every week. Your kindness pays for our engineer, our graphic designer, Celtic Music Magazine editor, promotion of the podcast that allows me to buy the music I play here. It also pays for my time in creating the show each and every week. As a patron, you get ad-free, music-only episodes before regular listeners. You get to vote in the Celtic Top 20. You get a private feed to listen to the show, or you can listen through the Patreon app, and it's all for as little as $1 per episode. A big thanks to all of our amazing patrons. I've been recording some shows ahead, so I'm going to thank once again our Celtic legends, Bruce, Brian McReynolds, Marty Myers, Brenda Allen Schindler, Karen D.M. Harris, Emma Bartholomew, Dan McDade, Miranda Nelson, Nancy Barnett, Kevin Long, Gary R. Hook, Linda McNeil, Kelly Garrod, Annie Lorkowski, and Sean Callie. Thank you so much. Here is your 3-step plan to support the podcast. Number 1, go to our Patreon page. Number 2, decide how much you want to pledge each and every week. Is it $1 per week? $5 per week, $25 per week, $50 per week. You don't have to use the amounts that are listed. You can pledge any amount that makes you happy. And you can also cap how much you want to spend per month. So you can just, simplify it and say, I want to pledge $30 per month, and then cap it right there. And then you'll be a Celtic legend. Number 3, keep listening to the Irish and Celtic Music Podcast to celebrate Celtic culture through music. You can become a generous patron of the podcast on Patreon at songhenge.com. That heads straight over to Patreon, so go check it out. Erin Ruth is up next with Paddy's Lamentation from her recordings, Celtic Classics, she calls it. Here's Erin Ruth.
Oh, it's by the Hush Me Boys, and sure that's to hold your noise and listen to poor Paddy's sad narration. Oh, I was by hunger pressed and in poverty distressed, so I took a thought I'd leave the Irish nation. Well, I sold my horse and cow, my little pigs and sow, my little plot of land, and I departed. And my sweetheart bid me gae, I'm afraid I'll never see, for I left her there that morning broken hearted. Oh, here's you boys, now take my advice to America. I'll have you not be going. There is nothing here but war, where the murder and cannons roar, and I wish I was at home in dear old Dublin. Fortunes to be made, we were thinking, but when we got to Yankee lands, they shoved a gun into our hands, saying, Paddy, you must go and fight for Lincoln. I thought myself in luck to be fed on Indian buck and old Ireland, the country I delight in. But with the devil I do say, curse America, for I am this hard fighting. Oh, here's you, boys. Now take my advice. To America, I'll have you snatch me going. There is nothing here but war, where the murdering cannons roar. And I wish I was at home in dear old Dublin.
Oh, I am the whiskey chaser and I never get enough. I keep on drinking all that rare old stuff. When the bottle's empty, I reach for one more. I am the whiskey chaser till I pass out on the floor. I started out in St. Paul's Town but drank the buggers out. I finished up their whiskey, then started on the stout. Then I headed across the river to play another show. But now the whiskey's gone, so I think it's time to go. And I drank across the west coast in Seattle and Spokane. I slogged through Montana and I'd do it all again. Got pissed in Kansas City but woke up in Waterloo. I had a bottle up in Fargo and East Grand Forks with you. Well, I used to chase the women, but they left me in a lurch. And then I chased salvation, but just ended up in church. Chasing fame and fortune, I got caught up by the fuzz. But now I'm chasing whiskey and I always catch my buzz. Hey, hey, I am the whiskey chaser and I never get enough. I keep on drinking all that rare old stuff. When the bottle's empty, I reach for one more. I am the whiskey chaser till I pass out on the floor. I got lit in New York City and Boston and PA. I hit the Bronx and Hell's Kitchen and all the pubs along the way. I'm drinking down to Jersey, then I'll head back to the Midwest. Chicago keeps calling where the whiskey tastes the best. Well, now I've headed out on the road across the USA. I'm drinking now in this old town, but I'd be on my way. There's lots of other boozers and lots of places yet to see. And I won't come back through here until the next delivery. Cause I used to chase the women, but they left me in a lurch. And then I chased salvation, but just ended up in church. Chasing fame and fortune, I got caught up by the fuzz. Now I'm chasing whiskey and I always catch my buzz. Oh yeah, I am the whiskey chaser and I never get enough. I keep on drinking all that rare old stuff. When the bottle's empty, I reach for one more. I am the whiskey chaser till I pass out on the floor. I am the whiskey chaser and I never get enough. I keep on drinking all that rare old stuff. When the bottle's empty, I reach for one more. I am the whiskey chaser till I pass out on the floor. I am the whiskey chaser till I pass out on the floor.
trip to Veracruz can only get a man right to the door. But until I met you, lady, I never really knew. I thought that I would always have to make do, merely just existing, so unsatisfied. Our worlds come full circle only after they collide. Dora Lorelei, I really have to say, you could make a poor man feel just like a king. Now, Dora Lorelei, I think you ought to know I'm the happiest man in the world. Happiness amends a means to an end. Fighting for our freedom never dies. Wouldn't it be hard to stack a house of cards when we want the world to be so civilized? So let's take a chance and join in the dance. My two left feet will lead us to a greater romance. Sooner or later, you will have to choose. Answer me this, what have you got to lose? Dora Lorelei, I really have to say, you could make a poor man feel just like a king. Now, Dora Lorelei, I think you ought to know I'm the happiest man in the world. So let's take a chance and join in the dance. My two left feet will lead us to a greater romance. Sooner or later, you will have to choose. Answer me this, what have we got to lose? Dora Lorelei, I really have to say, you could make a poor man feel just like a king. Now, Dora Lorelei, I think you ought to know I'm the happiest man in the Dora Lorelei. I really have to say, you could make a poor man feel just like a king. Now, Dora Lorelei, I think you ought to know
After Aaron Ruth came The Langer's Ball with Whiskey Chaser from the Singles Collection 2023 to 2024. That just came out. It features all the singles that they have released over the past 2 years, because it's 2023. Never mind. Go check out The Langer's Ball. You can find them at thelangersball.com. Then Ian Fontova with Nightfire Ritual from Tales of Olden Volume 2. The Miles O'Brien Band and Betsy Rose was after that with The Happiest Man in the World from their album My Name is Miles. And we finished up the set with Mark Shelton, who introduced this show. That was The Winds of Moher from his album Mark Shelton and Friends. Thank you so much for being here this week and each and every week. Those of us in the States, I hope you have a wonderful Labor Day. I'm getting ready to go off to Dragon Con. In fact, that will be starting tonight. So I have a lot of prep I'm sure I'm doing right now as I'm pre-recording this. But if you want to support the show, one of the great ways to do it, obviously there's Patreon, but you can also vote in the Celtic Top 20, because this helps us to figure out who the best, what the best music is each and every year. You can vote for as many tunes and songs that inspire you in each episode, and it's all on Patreon, and you have 3 weeks to vote. You'll find a link in the show notes to do just that. I just got a pre-release of an album by Tarren that came out. Now, Tarren is a band I first heard on the podcast Folk on Foot, and they did this stunning song on that show. And I was like, the original reason why I asked them to be on the show was, is that song on a CD? And they said no. And they said it was coming out in September. Lo and behold, it is coming out in September. In fact, they sent me a pre-release copy, and I was so happy. I love this song. It is just gorgeous, wonderful vocals. It is from their upcoming album Outside Time. It should be out in a couple weeks. So I hope you enjoyed it as much as I do. Here's Tarren with the song Sunk.
Nothing quite hits you like how the hills start to wane. Marital tract and skies wide and welcome. Embrace the meaning of home in fullest form. Wind and water and soil that sustained you. Close your eyes. Feel the breeze. Reforge your ties. Shiver like the reeds. And slow down. You're home now. No need to explain how. These tree boughs weave round, you're sunk into the ground. 1 hour or two, 45's to connect. Waves reflecting the smiles, 10 songs or less. Give your voices to us, clap your hands out of time. Head home and we are gone at the last chime. The dirt of the road clings too tight to shake off. To the land that we know, the curves of close your eyes. Feel the breeze. Reforge open arms, the earliest voice. Come and refill your cup, make the terminal choice. How can we heed the warning? Counterfeit morning, prescription pills, numb all life ills. The garden is growing, the whiskey is flowing, bread is baking, wood pigeons waking. The table is laden, familiar cadence. Take the time to cease, take the time, slow down. You're home now, no need to explain how. These tree boughs we found, you sunk into the ground. Slow down, you're home now, no need to explain how. These tree boughs weave round, you're sunk into the ground.
The Irish and Celtic Music Podcast is produced by Mark Gunn, the Celt Father, and our patrons on Patreon. The show is edited by Mitchell Peterson with graphics by Miranda Nelson Designs. Visit our website to follow the show. You'll find a link to all the artists played in this episode. Todd Wiley is the editor of the Celtic Music Magazine. Subscribe to get 34 Celtic MP3s for free, plus you'll get 7 weekly news items about what's happening with Celtic music and culture online. Best of all, you will connect with your Celtic heritage. Please tell one friend about this podcast. Word of mouth is the absolute best way to support any creative endeavor. Finally, remember, reduce, reuse, recycle, and think about how you can make a positive impact on climate change. Promote Celtic culture through music at CelticMusicPodcast.com.